and I'll turn it over to Doug White to discuss power production.
Thanks, Ryan. Morning, my name's Doug White, and I'm the Director of Power Production and Supply. I'm going to give a little history, talk about 2020, and then talk a little bit about the future. So in the beginning, the earth cooled. All right, maybe we won't go back quite that far and just start when the electric utility was established in 1922. So in 22, the electric utility was named the Muscatine Electric Light Company and was formed in response to local concerns about poor service from the privately held electric company. And you may remember this is a reoccurring theme for all three utilities. So in 1924, construction of the new electric plant was completed, and the first application for electric service was made by then Mayor Joseph B. Miller, who was assigned meter number 1. Since then, low-cost energy has been a building block and an economic advantage for our community for nearly 100 years. So fast forward to 2009, and MPW has become a member of the Mid-Continent Independent System Operators Wholesale Market. Yeah, I'm just going to call it MISO from now on. So this picture depicts the MISO footprint, and you can see it extends all the way from Manitoba, Canada, clear down to southern Louisiana. MISO's role is to balance system energy and keep the lines from overloading, and at the same time supplying the energy to each connection point or node at the lowest cost. It's important to note that the price of energy isn't the same at each node. Prices are driven by the cost of supply or generation and demand, the load, in addition to transmission constraints and congestion. The system is very dynamic, but there's some advantages. Being connected to the MISO system provides a redundant supply of energy to our local system. That's part of Line 106 project, and also allows us to support the bulk electric system or the larger system of reliability. One of the advantages we have of local generation, we are connected to the same node for the purchase of power, as well as where we sell the power. This gives us a power market price hedge. MPW can sell excess power into the wholesale market when the price is high, or reduce generation and purchase power out of the market, which is 2020, a lot of 2020, when the price is low, load was down. This flexibility ensures MPW customers are supplied with reliable energy at the lowest cost. So the bulk of power generated in 2020 was produced by Unit 9 due to its higher efficiency. Unit 8A also has a high efficiency, but a relatively small electric output. The exhaust steam from that turbine is used to produce process steam. That steam is sold to reduce the utility's overall energy cost. Steam sales from Unit 8A has been a mutually beneficial arrangement for over 20 years now. Unit 8A, in 2020, Unit 8A has provided over 21 billion pounds of steam so far. That Unit 8A configuration is called a Combined Heat and Power Unit, or CHIP unit. So in 2016, MPW began incorporating renewables. Wind generation entered our portfolio with energy produced from the 13 megawatt South Fork Wind Farm. The farm's located just north of the Iowa border in Minnesota, but that's still within our MISO pricing zone. As a renewable resource, the South Fork Wind Farm produces one serialized REC for each megawatt hour produced. That REC represents renewable energy that can be sold to fulfill industrial, corporate, and individual renewable goals. RECs are a tool that bring renewables from areas capable of producing it to areas that are not suitable. That South Fork Wind Farm produces just a little over 50,000 RECs a year. Increased REC sales are an indication of increasing renewable interest. You can see from the chart, interest is building. The purchase of RECs is a vote for renewable energy and can be purchased through our Choose Green Muscatine program. Contact Paul Burbach, our Energy Services Advisor, if you're interested. One of the major projects that I've been involved in, or the utility has been involved in since 2019, started in July of 2019, spilled over into 2020, is a power supply study. So power supply studies help utilities plan for the future. This looks out about 20 years. Changes in the industry involve a great deal of time, planning, and money. So staying in step with the industry is important to keep from falling behind. It's industry best practice to perform one of these studies every 3 to 5 years. Other major factors include declining and sustained low natural gas prices that are impacting our generating units. cost declines, and technology improvements in both wind and solar, and encroaching environmental compliance deadlines and the associated costs for our existing units. The study was completed by an outside engineering firm using statistical modeling analysis software. This comprehensive analysis used 20 different portfolio scenarios evaluated under 4 different market cases or sensitivities, which resulted in nearly 4,000 potential outcomes. So in the simplest terms, the study recommended MPW consider transitioning to a more efficient and cleaner energy sources, which include the expansion of renewables and a switch from coal to natural gas. This transition will also reduce local emissions. The study recommends continued investigation. More pointedly, the 30 megawatts of solar on the Grandview Avenue well site, and then exploring an option up to another 30 megawatts of solar off that site. We'll be evaluating the economics of a new natural gas-fired combined heat and power resource and potential steam sale. We'll also be looking at ways to manage market risk. So we're moving towards more diversified portfolio. Rather than just all of our generation being coal-fired, we're looking at a portion of it having some thermal energy in the combined heat and power unit, some energy in renewables, and for now, a portion of our portfolio will be purchased out of the market. So underbuilding or leaving that market purchase pie open gives us the option to add additional resources as the market and local load changes. We'll also be planning for the retirements of Unit 7, 8, and 8A, collectively referred to as Plant 1. That retirement should occur in 2023. We'll also be tentatively planning for the Unit 9's retirement in 2028. There are a lot of benefits to local generation, and Muscatine has a uniquely high industrial load for its size, and that's benefited the entire community. Local generation also provides high quality power, reliability, and a hedge on the market and nodal risk. It also gives us local control of decision making and unit operation, and it also has a substantial local economic impact. Combined heat and power has been a win-win for over 20 years. It's benefited all of electrical customers through its high efficiency. The natural gas-fired combined heat and power unit performed really well in the power supply study due to those same attributes. We've got a unique site with available power, lucky enough to have natural gas transmission piping running across the site, steam connections, along with MISO transmission service. We also have a highly skilled workforce, and keeping it local cuts out a lot of the third-party margins and contractual risks. So the process to complete a power supply study is really complex and comprehensive. As I said, it was over a year in the making, and it's also based on indicative price estimates. Actual costs and benefits at Muscatine still have to be confirmed. We haven't stopped that process from the beginning of the power supply study. We transitioned right from the study into evaluating these different options. So we'll be continuing to do that along with analyzing future staffing needs. And we've got another power supply study budgeted for 2023. We also plan to reach out to community service groups to share what we've learned in the study and discuss MPW's next step in powering Muscatine's future.